Like most of Abnurtharn's plans, it is both brilliant and daring. If it has any chance to succeed, however, we need a way to get a small force into the palace without being seen. Luckily, I may have an answer.
Alright, so what is your idea for getting into Euraxian's palace then?
The former custodian of the palace, he knew the place like the back of his paw. Remarkably, he survived Euraxia's conquest and the purge of the royal family. Find him, and he should be able to provide us with an unseen path into the palace.
Alright, who is this custodian and where do we find him?
Aneshi. He served as Castellan for Rimin Palace under King Hamekar. You can find Aneshi southeast of here, where he now cares for a shrine to the ancient hero Kunzari. Learn what he knows. Then meet the rest of the strike force in Rimin.
Alright, this one will head to the shrine and talk to Aneshi then. Let's go see what we can do, Southeast of here? Oh, way down there, okay. Hey, Chonkers, let's go. But yeah, if you're asking on, there's a lot of fish here. If you're asking on what type of damage the dragon does, if you're looking for like what to wear against it, typically you only have to worry about having at least 24k in both physical and spell damage reduction, and then having enough health, like usually about 35, 32, depending on the area. There's a lot of fish here. Why is there so many fish going on right now? Seems a little weird. There's like a ton of fishing spots right now. Oh guys, if you didn't hear, there is a bug right now with writs that sometimes you're gonna, if you get a survey, sometimes you get 2 surveys. They're gonna fix that sometime soon, but for now it's perfectly legitimate. Go to your writs, get 2 surveys, enjoy. It will be fixed eventually, so take advantage of it while you can. Uh-oh. And down the hill we go. Alright, let's see. A long ride here. Find a Nashi. Around and around we go.
5 Claw. I decided to join you. Aneshi deserves to hear that I still live in my own words.
Sure about that, Chimera?
Welcome to Aneshi's humble
I do not want to shock the old Castellan. You speak with him first. Prepare him so that when he learns a member of the royal family still lives, he does not faint or run away or do anything rash.
Alright. Let's talk then.
Old Aneshi doesn't get many visitors, friend. Few find much comfort in the ancient tales of Kunzari during these trying times. Wait, Aneshi recognizes your friend. She is grown now, more serious. But this one knows Princess Chimera by Jode.
Well, she's Queen Chimera now, and she remembers you too. And do we need your help?
Aneshi's beloved wife, Zyma, worked with the militia for a time after we avoided Euraxia's purge of the palace. Passed along information until the Euraxians caught her. They killed her in the palace courtyard. If Aneshi can help, he will do so.
Well, this one is going to go assault the Ribbon Palace, but we need a way to slip in.
Then you need to enter the palace crypts. A forgotten passage in the crypts leads to the royal kitchens. Aneshi will write down directions to where he hid his master key. The key opens a door in the sewer under the palace that leads to the crypts.
Alright, this one will take the directions to find the key.
Jode above, old Aneshi can hardly believe his eyes. Princess Chimera.
It is truly me, Castellan. But I am Queen Chimera now. We will throw the usurper from my father's throne.
We stayed close to the castle. Zyma, my brave and beloved wife, she passed information to the militia until the vile Euraxians got her. After that, Aneshi came here to restore this ancient shrine. This one will help you as best he can, my queen.
I will visit with Aneshi, Five Claw. Recover the master key and meet me in Riemann. I will spend a little time with Aneshi, Five Claw. There are things we need to talk about. Old friends we need to remember. Take the note and recover the master key. Then meet me and the others in Riemann.
So you two are close,
Castellan Aneshi oversaw the palace and was responsible for some of my training. Where do you think I learned the stories of Kunzari? His wife Zyma served as my governess. I have very fond memories of my time with her.
Oh, tell me about Zyma.
Aneshi's wife was kind, generous. She cared for me and my siblings as though we were her own children. She could be firm, too, when discipline was required. Prior to Gareshri, Zyma was the best teacher I ever had. Well, Zyma and Aneshi, both.
So you never thought to contact him before this?
To what end? Aneshi was safer not knowing my secret. We knew that he and his wife had survived, knew that she was a spy for the militia. When I heard she had been killed, my heart broke. But I had a duty to remain hidden until the proper time.
So Nishi was Kunzari's scholar then?
Aneshi is an expert on all the heroes and gods of the Khajiit pantheon. His vivid stories about Kunzari were always my favorites, though. As I grew older, I realized that every story taught a lesson. They helped form the person I am today.
You'd be wandering the countryside by yourself, though,
Oh, you sound like Captain Nalado and Zamarak. Both wanted to accompany me. But I was an agent for the Main before I became queen. I will not be coddled. Meet up with the rest of the strike team in Riemann after you get the key. I will join you shortly.
Alright, alright. That's true. Nishi, how you doing?
Thank you, Walker, for bringing Queen Chimera to this humble shrine. It gladdens this one's heart to see her all grown and stepping forward to fulfill her destiny. By Joan and Jode, her people need her.
Why did you decide to become a keeper of the shrine?
Aneshi has always been a custodian of one ancient site or another. Once it was the Rimin Palace. Now it is this unassuming shrine. After Euraxia had my beloved Zyma killed, this one sought peace. And Neshi found it here.
So why dedicated to the Kanzari,
Kunzari's tales not only entertain, they provide valuable lessons that resonate even in the current day. Did you know this ancient site has long been associated with the sleek hero? This was where he acquired Brukra's never-empty coin purse.
Acquired,
Acquired, stole, tomato. It happened here. Although some texts put this as the place where he first bedded Fair and Equina, the two events share certain commonalities. Pilgrims, moonsingers, traders, many visit this humble shrine.
Well, after Araxia came to Rimmon, why did you become a spy? Or why didn't you as well?
Zyma was fiery and brave, all sharp claws and clever wits. Skills that this one has never possessed. She hid her anger and watched the Euraxians. When Zyma was captured and executed, Neshi fled. This one was afraid.
Aww. So you became a keeper of the shrine then,
It wasn't a shrine then, just tumbled walls and crumbling ruins. And Neshi has worked hard to preserve the site, restore it to its former glory. This one still is much work to do in that regard. But seeing the princess again, it makes a Neshi proud.
Nesh's note. Follow the road west for a short time, then turn left where the road forks. Veer slightly north off the road and at the tilted pillar. Among the scattered ruins, look for ancient stairs. Then a fallen spire points the way. Twin spiny pinks. Twin spiny pinks. Zama's favorite flower grew near the wall. Dig beneath the second window on the far left side, where the dirt is piled into a mound. Master key should be there. Hey, hamburger. Okay. You're slightly north off the road at the tilted pillar. Okay, here's the tilted pillar. Veers slightly north. Well, the scattered ruins look for ancient stairs. Okay, we're coming up to those. The fallen spire just points the way. Minecro's level 7, did the first delve and some quests. Trying to balance out a new Fallout update. Nice, man. Okay, so it's pointing us the way this way. Found.
Fiveclaw, over here. Tarn wants to speak to you.
Gadwell, what are you doing here?
This city, Rimmon, I believe I visited this place long ago. It was newer then, not quite as large, and there were definitely fewer Uraxians. I'm almost certain about that.
You remember more about time before you became a Soul Shrimp then?
It seems that before I became the emaciated epitome of perfection standing before you, I was the miscreant the world knew as Cadwell the Betrayer. My recollections of that time are all jumbled up like pieces of broken pottery in a burlap sack.
So what do you think changed you,
I've been wondering about that myself. Was it the transition from life to death? When I turned into a soul shriver, perhaps the centuries I spent wandering around scenic Cold Harbor, who can tell? I'm just glad that I'm no longer a monumental ass.
It's gonna be interesting when we hear him talk like an actual villain. That's gonna be amazing, though. Okay. So have had any more visions with your eyes with the severed head?
I've seen things that would curdle the cream in your cabbage pie. My original head is a menace, and that necromancer, Zumog Foom, he's even worse. They collected a pile of body parts. I think they're me, or the old me. It's all quite confusing.
Are you sure that they're up to helping with the assault on the palace then?
Wouldn't miss it for all the shackles in Cold Harbor. I live for this kind of adventure. Besides, I want to make sure they don't get around to reassembling my old body. One of me is quite enough. Two is definitely out of the question.
At least he agrees with that.
I assume you recovered the master key? Oh, fragrant, my friend. I have waited a long time to return to the palace. My home. Tarn will describe the plan to you. I need a moment to collect my thoughts.
So you really grew up in Riven Pass,
Do you doubt my claim, Five Claw? No, no. Sometimes I find it hard to believe as well. I was barely 13 when the soldiers attacked. My father, King Hemakar, thought the new emperor had sent troops to bolster our defenses. He was wrong.
So why did Orexia attack Rimmon?
Not just Rimmon. All of Anequina. The usurper queen hired an army and conquered our land to assuage her pride, her greed. She wanted to be a queen, so she killed my parents and subjugated my people. With your help, that ends today.
So how did you survive the execution?
My father's bodyguard, the King's Claw, escorted me to an adeptorium. I insisted on visiting the Grand Adept of the Desert Wind, and my father acquiesced. We were there when Euraxia attacked. Later, he took me to Gareshri. I never saw him again.
Zamorak.
This one feels the weight of responsibility. It bears down like a boot upon my tail.
You mentioned something about the Rivenhold, after they killed the dragon, something about you and Kamira,
Zamorak says many things. This one's words jump out of their own accord like fish leaping from a stream. Pay them no mind. We have much to do, Walker. Now is not the time to dredge up events that happened long ago.
Come on, man. If you have something back there in the past, you have to tell me. Yes?
You asked Zamorak about his exile and why he returned. This one supposes he needs to tell someone, so it might as well be you, Walker. Zamorak was once more than just a humble adept. He was plucked from his studies and forged into a king's claw.
So you're the one who saved her, And you still Camille's father?
Zamorak set aside his studies to protect the king and the royal family. But Zamorak failed. In the end, this one could save only Kamira. After that, I exiled myself and dedicated my life to peaceful contemplation.
So you blamed yourself for what happened to the royal family, hmm? So why'd you return?
Zamorak dreamed that Elsweyr was in danger. That Joan and Jode wanted me to return. To face my failure and help Kamira take back her throne. That is what Zamorak thinks. That is what Zamorak will do. But do not tell Kamira. Not yet.
I'm surprised she doesn't recognize him. For healing Necro, definitely look at Living Death area. Get this leveled up. Restoration staff. Work on Gravelord. Actually, just work on all lines, really. But definitely focus on Living Death and Gravelord. And Restoration and Destruction. One of the many times that Equinian saved Kanjuri. Transguise is Anicia, keeper of the legends of the 16 kingdoms. Nequina Lal Rasala, called the Nequina's sharp tongue, the common language of Cyrodiil, wanted the land for many moons and Kanjuri's boon companion. Some called them lovers, other time, they were at times. Others called them heroes, for certainly accomplished many heroic deeds. One such deed involved Mullamer. During their travels together, Kunzuri and Iniquia visited the island of Knarthi's Roost. The sea elves and the catfolk coexisted in the island. Sometimes friends, sometimes not. This particular event occurred during the latter periods. There are several versions of this tale. Some focus on how the Kunzari saved the day, but the one that paints the picture of a different hero. Here's a version of the story. One of the Sea Elves' captains, a brute by the name of Linevalar, kidnapped the daughter of a moon priest and refused all efforts to negotiate for her release. Nequia said she had an idea, but Kunzuri rushed off to save the moon priest's daughter before she could stop him. As crafty and powerful as Kunzuri was, he could be reckless. This recklessness allowed Linevalar and his crew of Malamar cutthroats to capture the would-be hero without much fuss or bother. Now it fell to Iniquita to risk both the Moon Priestess' daughter and Kunzuri. How can you succeed when even the great Kunzuri failed? Asked the Moon Priest. Iniquita purred. This one will simply do what she does best. The sea elf doesn't stand a chance. So Iniquita bravely walked bravely into Linevar's camp, ignored the many sword-wielding pirates, and stride directly to where the Sea Elf captain was gambling with his officers. They were involved in a close game of Deceiver's Discs, which is called Swords and Shields, and did not even notice her until she was right on top of them. It looks like an interesting game. Can you play that? Can anyone play, or do you only accept gold from the Wedding of Delves? Intrigued and attracted by Iniquity's poise and confidence, Linevar offered a seat and dismissed the rest of the crew. We will play, said Linevar said, but not for gold. If I win, then you'll have to sail with me for 30 days and 30 nights as my slave and companion. Iniquity feigned shocked at such a proclamation. And if this one wins? She asked slyly. Linevar laughed. No cat, especially no female cat, can best me in a play. So name your price, cat, and let us play. Very well, Iniquita said. If this one wins, then all three of us, the Moon Priestess' daughter, Kunzuri, and me, walk away free and clear. Captain Linevar, confident in his victory, was assured and eager to get the beguiling Catwoman into his bed, and agreed. The match followed as intense, with Linevar bluffing and bellowing his way through every round of play, while Iniquita pretended ignorance of the rules and fear of every rattle of the tumbler discs. Both were expert players, however. And after many rounds and the consumption of inordinate amount of wine, it all came down to this: Linevar had 2 discs remaining, and Iniquita had only 1. The opponent rattled the remaining discs in the respective tumblers, and then, with much deliberation, he smacked the tumblers down to set the discs so either sword side or shield side would be face up, under the container. Nineveh lifted the tumblers slightly so she lifted the tumbler up slightly so we could take a peek underneath. One was sword and one was shield, before covering up the two discs again. Nicola simply smiled, not bothering to look at all. Nineveh knew Nineveh knew there were two of one symbol between him. He just had an accurate guess whether it was the two swords or the two shields. Two, he started, trying to glean anything from Nicola's calm expression. Shields. He finished, but it came out more than a question than a statement. Oh, you're such a deceiver, Captain, Iniqua said, lifting the tumbler and revealed her disc. A sword. Nineveh wiped the sweat from his brow, plucked up his disc and set it aside. Last toss of the disc, Captain, she said, as she added a single remaining disc tumbler to started shaking it then. Iniqua blew Sea Elf a kiss and slammed the tumbler down. With a growl, he did the same. Nineveh lifted the tumbler just enough to check. His disc was shield up. Once again, Iniqua refused to check her disc. So without bothering to check, she said, two shields, since there's obviously, this is obvious that between the two of us, neither one of us has a sword. They each lifted their tumblers to reveal. They each tossed the shield. Cheater! Nineveh bellowed and stood up, scattering the game components and spilling what remained of the wine. Now, Captain, Iniqua scolded. This one has heard that, if not nothing else, sea elves were as good to their word. Let us go, Iniqua. Let us go, and Iniqua will return a year and a day for another game. Reluctantly, the captain agreed. Next time, the outcome will be different, Cat. This one looks forward to it, she purred. As they departed, the moon priest's daughter between them, Kuzuri asked, She did, yes? Iniquita gave him an innocent look. And you really plan to play him again? Iniquita laughed. Of course. How else will I get to this? How else will this one get to see one of those sleek pirate ships? Not as exciting as the other stories, though. I was expecting more of a payoff, but really wasn't.
I may not have figured out Chimera's true identity, but things have been hectic since I met her. Zamorak, though, he was easier to surmise. I recognized the bearing of the King's Claw the moment I saw him. Did you find us a way into the palace?
The old Castellan suggested we go through the crypts. And he gave me the master key. Yes, we're going to go through the crypts where a necromancer hungry, or a queen that's employing a necromancer is currently like hunting out body parts and other things like that. A crypt of all places.
The crypts. So that means another delightful trek through the sewers. The overwhelming stench of excrement still lingers from our last visit. Ah well. I have another task for you to deal with first, however.
What do you need this one to do?
The siege weapons aimed down into the city. We need to disable them before Euraxia realizes she's under attack, or she'll destroy Rimmon just to spite us. Meet Nalado and destroy 2 of the installations. Chimera will take care of the 3rd.
So you think the Zamorak was the King's Claw, hmm?
Just thinking out loud. A habit I acquired during my time in the archives at White Gold Tower. Zamorak once served as a royal protector. From his bearing and the way he hovers near Chimera, he had to be one of the King's Claws. It's quite obvious.
You say so. This will go help Captain Nalado.
Captain Nalado's waiting for you near the siege weapons. Work with her to put them out of commission. Once we see the weapons go up in flames, we'll head out and rendezvous with you at the sewer entrance.
So you don't think this will alert Euraxia?
I'm counting on it. After you and Nalado destroy the first 2 platforms and Chimera deals with the 3rd, Euraxia will order her troops into the streets to defend the city. That will mean fewer soldiers inside the palace to hamper our assault.
So what are you going to be doing while Naldo, Kamir, and I are dealing with siege weapons,
Zamorak, Cadwell, and I will make our way to the sewers and deal with any Euraxians stationed there. Can't have them raise an alarm and alert my half-sister to our true intentions. Are you insinuating that my contributions are lacking?
Oh, I so want the... oh, do I have... I have no skill points for that. Fuck. I so want to intimidate him. Oh, there's... I have to go in there to get it? No. No, we won't be able to do that.
Captain Nallard, I'm counting on it. Zamorak,
No.
Cadwell...
No situations.
I thought you might be remarking on how spellcasting seems to leave me drained. Or perhaps you were implying that this was my fault for accidentally releasing the dragons from the halls of Colossus. No matter. Do your job, and I'll do mine.
God damn it. Oh, it's so fun to poke on him. So what should this one meet Captain Nala do?
The good captain waits near the palace. She went on ahead to scout the area and determine what opposition you might encounter at the siege weapon platforms.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that level of planning, especially since it's rare to see among the Khajiit.
So, sort of the strike force. What about Garishri and the rest of the militia?
Someone needs to remain behind and organize what remains of the militia. The Speaker of the Main is best suited to the task. Besides, if we fail, though we won't, someone needs to respond when Euraxia unleashes death and destruction upon the city.
You said Zamorak might be one of the King's Claw. What does that mean?
The King's Claws were an elite squad of agents loyal to King Hamakar of Rimmon. They protected the king and the royal family, undertook special missions, all very hush-hush. It's a guess, but if I'm right, it explains much about Zamorak.
Let this one go.
I'll get to the far bastion.
This city, Rimmon, I believe...
Alright. Have fun, you guys. Bye, Harpy. Go, Chunkers! Oh no, it's up there. Into the city we go. Chunkers, go!
Rejoice! Alkosh has come to save us!
Kind of weird that I could just walk around here and not be killed on sight.
Five Claw, good, good. We have work to do. Are you ready to disable the siege weapons and wreak some more havoc?
This one is sweaty. What is the plan,
The soldier guarding the gate to the south weapons platform appears bored. This one plans to give her something to get excited about. When she leaves her post, slip through the gate and set fire to the siege weapons. Be quick, Five Claw.
There's only a single soldier guarding the south weapons?
At the gate, yes. This one observed a few more soldiers on the platform, but not many. The usurper queen feels secure in Rimmon. We're about to change that. After this one deals with the soldier, I will move on to the north platform. Meet me there.
Alright, girl, so this one will go set the siege weapons on fire.
Watch as Nalado becomes a sleek Euraxian soldier. How do they see with this thing on?
Why is your voice echoey?
Garashi has been spotted in the market. Hurry!
Finally, some action.
Okay. Do. Unburn things. Can I burn this? Oh, there it is. Burn! Do. South.
Nalado will deal with the soldier. Ugh, this one can't wait to get out of this dungy armor. The south platform is under attack.
Stupid cats! Wait, I better warn my lieutenant first.
Go, destroy the siege weapons. Nalado will clean up this mess.
We should be able to watch Queen Carmira destroy the far platform from over here.
There was one. There was another.
She did it! Now let's meet the others at the sewer entrance.
Let's look. Here? Or no, it's somewhere else. Oh, down there.
Here come the others now.
There are too many of us. We need to split up.
I will go with Tarn. Captain Nalado can lead the others.
Barely queen for a day, and already she's giving orders.
Yep. The new Cavill.
Why are we all standing around out in the open? That's a terrible way to sneak up on someone. Believe me, I've tried.
Zamorak does not like the idea of Queen Chimera going off alone with just Abner Tharn to protect her.
You're gonna be okay, Tharn?
Ordering me around like I'm one of her subjects, the very idea. But we do need to split up. I sense defensive spells in place that will be triggered if a group of our size moves around beneath the palace.
What kind of spell would we trigger?
Alarms, most certainly. Possibly snares to trap us, if my half-sister is feeling generous. More likely, explosive runes. Messy, but effective for keeping out unwanted guests.
And why can't we just teleport in?
Will these ignorant questions never end? Euraxia has powerful magic of her own. The palace is warded against that sort of intrusion. I'll have to get inside the wards before I open a portal, and even then, teleportation will be risky.
Why risk it?
Our chances of success increase exponentially if we divide into two groups. Make your way through the crypts and into the palace. We'll meet up there. But be prepared. Once Euraxia knows we're near, we'll all be needed to finish her off.
Right. Chimera?
Abner Tharn makes an excellent point. Even this small group is too large. We stand out like a shaved Elfique. I will teleport into the palace with Tharn, while you and the others use Aneshi's key to gain entry through the crypts.
Won't Euraxia have the palace in highlight?
Probably, but she has no reason to believe that the small strike force is attempting to breach the palace defenses. With the destruction of the weapons platforms, she should order her soldiers into the streets to repel our militia.
That's like a lot of visual thinking.
Perhaps. But by Joan and Jode above, this plan will work. It has to. I will throw Euraxia from the battlements and reclaim my family's throne. This I swear in my father's name. Then we can deal with the necromancers and the dragons.
Something tells me they're going to be the bigger threat.
A queen should not rush into danger. It is unseemly. This one should be at her side to keep her safe. Nalado will follow orders, though. We must make our way through the crypts and into the palace before Chimera gets into too much trouble, yes?
Jeez. Alright, so, do you think this is a good idea to split the body?
Chimera is queen now, so this one must do as she says. There are dangers ahead, regardless of whether we stick together or not. But we have a better chance of reaching the Usurper Queen if we approach from multiple directions.
Chimera can handle herself. And he also has Adalthon, who is constantly wheezing and all that other stuff.
Yes, and if anything happens to our new queen, this one will have Tharn's head on a platter. We waste too much time, Five Claw. Are you ready to enter the sewers and find the door to the crypts?
Alright, let's go find the crypt door,
I'll scout ahead. Tally ho!
Up he goes. Uh-oh. Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is not a good sign. Is that the left? Bemsy. Bemsy. When did Bemsy leave? Oh. Vacation from there. He did nothing in the guild. Okay. I expected something else. Do you eventually meet the main of Elsweyr? We met the queen. The king was killed. Euraxia killed the royal family and all that other stuff there. You're the speaker of the main, who speaks for the queen, basically.
Everyone, unsheathe your claws.
There is the door to the crypts. Let us see if the master key still works.
Nalado will guard the rear. You go ahead and find a way into the palace.
Oh, it's the same way we came in before.
This one hasn't visited these crypts in a long, long time.
Hmm?
When Zamorak served as the King's Claw, he regularly patrolled these old passages. Whoever defends Euraxia doesn't appear to be quite as vigilant. Wait, there is a scent. Undead. Be careful, Five Claw.
Hmm. A Kathra zombie. Curious what's over here. Ooh, interesting. Come on. Okay, up this way now.
Wait.
Big kitty.
This is the Royal Crypt, but it has been disturbed.
Uh-oh. Hemlock. Hemaker. Bringer of peace, beloved father, honored king of Inequia. Now he prowls and stands beneath the stars until the next pounce. Oh shit.
They took his body. They desecrated the king's grave. And from the looks of it, the queen's and Kamira's siblings as well.
So why'd they dig up the family graves? Unless they're gonna make zombies out of them, probably.
Zamorak has no clue. This royal crypt was prepared when King Hemakar ascended to the throne and married Queen Numara. Why inter the bodies and then dig them up 6 years later?
Could Zumong Fum, one of his necromancers, do it?
Dark moons. This one hopes that is not the case. To even think such a thing makes Zamorak's fur stand on end. We should hurry and find Kamira. Find the queen. We need to find a way into the palace, and quickly.
Euraxia not only murdered our king and queen, she desecrated their graves! She's a monster!
I'm surprised she even gave them graves, but okay. Okay, the strategic occasion. Rimmen was also the most prosperous of the old 16 kingdoms. The eccentric or eclectic splendor of Rimmen's palace, or place to see cityscapes
We can
is a
reach the
splinter.
royal chambers through the Chapel of the Guiding Moons and the Great Hall.
Hello. Yeah. Pretty.
That's far enough. Queen Euraxia doesn't want to be disturbed.
Okay, bye. Well, guys, we tried, but they don't want us to be disturbed, so we went back through the sewers. Wait a minute. Level 15, now can bar swap. Before I forget.
The Chapel of the Guiding Moons is just ahead.
Oh, not through that, okay.
It's the necromancer, Zumag Foom.
It's not good.
Us in.
Queen Euraxia will be delighted to hear that we have guests.
Oh, look, more cats. I do adore flaying and then roasting the nasty creatures.
If you'll excuse us, we have another member of your party to deal with.
I'm of two minds. I want to watch your cadavers tear these cheeky mudcrabs apart, but I also want to deal with my inferior duplicate. What to do? What to do?
Leave the door to Zamarak. This one will make exit.
More undead.
Mummy undead.
Go! Zamarak will guard your backs.
Force powers.
Go left while this one goes right. We will meet in the royal chambers.
How do you get through those locked doors?
Help! They're going to destroy me! Destroy you? No, we're simply correcting a mistake of nature.
We will transfer your duplicate's animus into your head. But our time with Queen Euraxia has reached its end. Come along.
Please, Not like this. Try smashing these glass baubles.
Whoops. Are you okay there? The Telvanni wizard thing here.
Well, that wasn't pleasant. You go on. I'll be along in a snap.
There. Make haste. Euraxia is in the palace courtyard with Mulamnir. Be cautious. We need to know what Euraxia and the dragon are planning before we attack.
Do we? We kind of want this bed. Get in it? Oh, you can't get in it. Ah. I want the bed, but not if you can't, like, actually, like, sit in it. Or lay down in it, or do anything in it. You're back. Bathroom break. Also reminds me, I gotta get the mummy cat out of the public dungeon here. What if we get to wander around here once we kill her? Or defeat her or whatever? Hope we do. Mirror. Alright, let's go.
The moon gate you seek lies to the southwest. Zumog Foom has the key. Now, about my request.
She's dead.
The necromancers have already agreed to serve Calgrontid. You no longer interest us, Euraxia Tharn.
How dare you! We had a deal!
Uh-huh.
What's this now? My incompetent half-brother and... Aha! The lost princess returns. Nalador! Here. Your parents have missed you so, princess.
Father! Mother! No!
I never liked you, Abner. Now do me a favor and just die!
I'll take down that shield. You deal with the undead.
DK.
The shield is down.
I'll destroy you all!
Oh, well.
The runes of oblivion sealed me!
Ride the lightning.
Essence of oblivion, heed my call! The runes of oblivion sealed me! Destroy them, my loyal servants!
Is she a Templar or a
The runes of oblivion
a sorcerer?
sealed me! Destroy them, my loyal servants!
We can mourn Nalado later. I need to see the throne.
You okay, Abner?
Once this all began, I knew Euraxia would need to be dealt with. But sending Chimera's murdered parents against us, death was too easy an end for my half-sister. I'm concerned that the dragons continue to work with the necromancers, though.
You don't have any regrets of killing your sister then, hmm?
Half-sister. And do I really seem like the sentimental type to you? Euraxia may be gone, but Mulamnir mentioned his leader, Calgrontide. He said the necromancers were helping them, and Euraxia said something about a moon gate to the southwest.
Maybe Chimera and Gardas 3 you can tell us more about the Moongate, hmm?
Perhaps. The next queen of Anequina said there's no time to mourn the dead, but I worry what happened here could affect her judgment. Let's get to the throne room and try to figure out why the dragons need necromancers and a moon gate.
Nothing special in there. Well, it makes sense that the captain of the guard would have had to die, because if she was still around, then what's his name couldn't take over. So noble sacrifice, and then the exile becomes the next captain. I don't know. I never got really attached to her character. Like the captain was like was probably like the flattest character to me.
Deal with the fallen later. I fear more pressing matters must concern us now.
Cadwell. Zamorak, I think, was I think that was done just to boost up Zamorak a little bit.
May the dark take Euraxia! She sent my own parents against us, and killed the brave and honorable Nalado! But we have no time to mourn. We must determine what the dragons seek at the ancient moon gate.
Chimera, those are your parents, and Captain Nalado died after defending you. This sure?
Do not presume to tell me how I should feel. I am the queen now, and I do not have the luxury or the time to grieve.
Oh boy.
Those were not my parents. They were animated husks, nothing more. And I will remember Nalado's sacrifice. After...
After what?
After we finish saving Elsweyr from the dragons. You are still with me in this, Viveclaw. You and Abner Thorn both. We ended one threat, but two more remain. I will go on without you, but I would rather have you at my side for what is to come.
Ah, this one is with you. So how do we stop the dragon, hmm?
The war is far from over. Even a queen needs to consult with such learned personages as Garesh Rhi and Abner Tarn every now and then. Take this in recognition of your efforts on our behalf, Viveclaw. Then talk to Garesh Rhi. I need to think.
We get the Usurper Slayer. Two-handed mace. We get a house for this, and a Behold the Lunar Champion.
This throne. For too long, a tyrant has sat upon it. But now...
The men must recognize you as the heir of Anequina. But the people already cheer your name. A word, Viveclaw.
Finally, this palace is a labyrinth. Did I miss anything?
Yes, you did.
Zumog Foom has been collecting my original body parts. He tried to steal my essence and stick it back in my old noggin. I think he's trying to put me back together. Well, not me, the other me, the betrayer.
You telling me anything? Can you tell this one anything about the betrayer? Hmm?
Must I? Oh, very well. My memories are rather muddled, but it seems that in life I was rather a distasteful chap. I was a knight, a champion. I helped people, mostly, but mostly I helped myself. Truth be told, I was a right and utter bastard.
But why did they call you betrayer? Hmm?
I had a friend, I think, another hero of the age, one of these lovely cat people, went by the name of Kunzai Rhi. I helped him do something or other. Then, when he least expected it, I stabbed him in the back. Literally.
So why would you do such a thing? Hmm?
That's another of those blank spaces in my memory. I have no idea why the vile person I used to be would commit such a dastardly deed. You know, once we find my head, we need to ask it about that, right before we toss it into a roaring fire.
You can't stand yourself, huh?
Queen Chimera went through a difficult trial just now, but she will be stronger because of it. Thank you for standing beside her, Viveclaw.
And what about you, Zamorak? What do you do now, hmm?
Now Zamorak will tell Chimera the truth. How this one served as the king's claw and kept her safe during Euraxia's coup. If she accepts, I will take the same position in her court. If not, this one will guard her anyway, just from a distance.
When I was a little girl, I played in this room. I pretended that Joan and Jode spoke to me over there, beneath the statues. After Euraxia's coup, I dreamed of this moment, when I could reclaim my father's empty throne.
What do you hesitate, hmm?
Because... Ah, damn it, Fiveclaw. I need a moment to think. To let everything that just occurred sink in. Besides, it takes more than sitting on a throne to make a queen. I need to consider my next actions very carefully.
So are you sure you're up to this,
Do you think I have not asked myself that very same question? Joan and Jode, we had to kill my parents again. And Captain Nalado, she died so that I could live. If I can be half as brave as she was. Oh, Moons, what kind of queen thinks like this?
A good queen, Chimera. You do fine. Sure.
That is kind of you to say, Fiveclaw. I hope my people feel the same way. No matter. My people need a queen, and here I am. Ready or not, I am the only one left to take the throne. Now, let me prepare myself for what is to come.
Yes, you get ready.